As I just suggested previously, there are patterns that are assignable and usable just with the individual instruments. And this can be really important because these instruments have so many different articulations and way of hitting them that you might not be able to play them as much as you want to with just one hand on the keyboard. So being able to use sequenced patterns is going to be important. So right now I'm working with the dole, and with the dole, I've got access to the patterns right here. And right now I'm in the ball deep category, and I've got a whole choice, an octave's worth of patterns to pick from. You notice I've got the tempo sync off right now just so that I can hear the patterns at their actual intended tempos. If I want to choose from different subsets of patterns, I can use, once again, the snapshots window. So instead of ball deep, I can switch to something a little bit more eclectic, like a 7/4 pattern here. And notice that the static tempo changed to 135, so those patterns, that's where they were recorded. If I want to go a little more traditional, get out of that 7/4 vibe. Remember, I can use the sound preset. I can use everything that I could use for the ensemble to change the way things sound. So if that's a little heavy for me, it's a little too up front, I'll go for a vintage sound. And in that case, it's adjusting both the low and high elements of the drum, the volume and panning of it, because so many of these drums have a low and a high part, open and closed strikes, all those different things, and that can be adjusted with those sound presets. Now, if I want to open up the pattern browser, I can. And in this case, you're seeing, instead of a list of different instruments, you're seeing a list of different articulations and strikes. So low open strikes, closed or muted strikes, as well as high open strikes. You can solo, instead of just soloing one instrument now, we're soloing one element of that instrument. Just those high open ones. Let's check out the closed ones. So closed is referring to somewhat muted. As you can hear, someone's hand is on that drum skin, muting it and not letting it ring out. And then we've got some low open sounds. And those indeed are ringing out. So as I said, now you can see the need of the sequencer for these instruments because you've got three different types of articulations going on with three different active rhythmic characteristics. And once again, you can pick your different patterns right from here. And you can use MIDI drag and drop just as you did for the entire ensemble. So you can really get in there and change around that pattern as you will for each of these instruments. And each of these instruments will have different patterns available. These patterns are called talas, and they range from classical Indian style all the way to modern and super contemporary style. And with some of the melodic instruments, you can even get into Western style. And again, you can make any of these Western style by simply playing them the way you wish to play them. But it's just nice to know that you've got the ability to utilize these built-in patterns in a range of different ways.